Alright, real quick guys, I wanted to show you how to make a basic beard balm. Really quick. These ingredients are very simple. It's nothing fancy. Something that I chose specifically so that it wouldn't be so greasy. Something that's going to cut back on the oiliness but still retain some of the moisturizing properties that these ingredients have. So first, to start off, obviously we need beeswax. Beeswax is going to help give you that hold and really control your beard. I chose white refined beeswax. You can use raw yellow beeswax if you want, but I like the color of white, so just wanted to keep it really white, really simple. So this is it. Second ingredient is almond oil. Almond oil is very moisturizing. It's not as oily, and grapeseed oil is very great for sensitive skin. This is actually something that's very light. It's not greasy at all. I mean, it's obviously oil, so it does have some of that, obviously oiliness, but it's definitely not like castor oil. Castor oil, if you are in the market of getting a beard balm, if it has castor oil, it has a lot of good properties as far as, really stimulating hair growth and stuff like that, but castor oil is very thick. Gonna give you your beard that really shiny look and oily feel. So I chose to just take out castor oil completely. So the next ingredient is mango butter. Mango butter is something that I chose because it's a lot less oily than shea butter. Shea butter is way more greasy than mango butter. This one happens to be refined, so it's even more less oily to the beard once you put it on. Now, so all these ingredients are great, and then obviously the last ingredient will be fragrance. Today we're just using essential oils, but here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with 12 grams of beeswax. Okay, so that's 12 grams of beeswax. The next ingredient is almond oil. Almond oil is, like I said, it's very moisturizing. It's really great for the skin. So we're gonna put 7 grams of almond oil. Okay, got that. Next ingredient is grapeseed oil. We're gonna use 11 grams of grapeseed oil. Now, since grapeseed oil is less greasy than all the other oils, that's why we're adding 11 grams. So the last ingredient, we're actually going to pop this on our double boiler. The last ingredient will be mango butter. The mango butter, we're going to want to add it last, because anytime you add butters to a recipe, or you use butters in a recipe, it's just really sensitive. Butters are really sensitive. They don't really they don't tolerate too much heat. So I want to add it a little bit later. But for now, what we can do is we can actually, measure it out. So this is new. This is brand new. I just got it today from Amazon. They just dropped it off. I just poked at it just to see the consistency. I did notice a little bit of graininess on the top. Not so much. Well, I guess it is graininess. It's you can see on the very top of it. It almost looks like very beady like. They actually say a good thing to do with any type of butter is to, once you get it, melt it completely down, put it in a package, put it in the freezer, and leave it in there. But we're not going to do that today. We're just going to play it by ear. So we're going to go ahead and measure the mango butter. So for the mango butter, we're going to use 10 grams. So we're going to just try to measure that out. It breaks up pretty nicely, I mean, it's a very soft butter. It's a little bit harder than shea butter if you're used to using shea butter. It's very similar, but like I said, it's just a little bit more, I would say, creamier than shea butter, and less oily than shea butter. So that is the consistency of the mango butter. Now, since this is an ultra refined shea butter, it does not have much of an odor whatsoever. It actually smells like like a very mild lotion, I guess. Like a fragrance-free lotion. So let's just get some more out of here. Yeah, so I've been using mango butter for some time now, and I really like the way it feels. It's definitely a lot, to me, a lot better than shea butter. Anytime I add anything to my face or any type of butter, it has to be mango butter. Shea butter is great, I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's just way too oily for me. Just trying to get 10 grams. And it's always great to use the metric system, because the metric system, believe it or not, is, to me, is a lot more accurate than using the imperial system. Now, if you measure everything by volume, it's not as accurate as measuring it in grams. The reason being is because once you measure things in volume, you know, everything has a different volume, everything has a different consistency. So like, let's say 2 ounces of grapeseed oil versus 2 ounces of castor oil. Those two oils are significantly different in weight. Even though they have the same volume, 2 ounces, they're both equal to 2 ounces. If you were to weigh both of those oils, they will weigh a significant different weight. So you definitely want to measure everything in weights, especially if you're going into cosmetics or making beard balms and stuff like that. All right, so here we have melted everything down. We obviously melted the white beeswax, almond oil, grapeseed oil, and mango butter. Everything completely melted. Once it turned clear and everything melted, I kept it melted and I kept stirring it for about 10 minutes. Reason being is because you want to keep this butter, mango butter, you want to keep it consistently at about 160 degrees. Once it reaches about 160 degrees, the mango butter, you want to keep it at that temperature for 10 minutes. Reason being is because you want to avoid graininess. You want to avoid anything that might be problematic to the butters, because butters tend to get grainy, they tend to get a little clumpy depending on how it melts and how it cools. Now, the next steps are really important. What you want to do is, it's been 10 minutes already after it all completely melted, and it was kept at 160 degrees for 10 minutes once it all melted. And now what we're going to do, we're going to take it out, we're going to turn this off, and see, it's all about temperature control. All about temperature control when it comes to making a balm, making any type of recipe. If you are not paying attention to your temperature, you're not doing a great job, because the thing is that you definitely don't want to get the butters and the oils scorching hot to the point where it's at 250 degrees or whatever. That's just way too intense for these these oils and these butters, these waxes. I mean, you have all these different ingredients, so you definitely don't want to mess that up. So now that it's all dry on the bottom, because once I pour this into a container, I don't want some of that condensation dripping into the container that I'm doing. So now that it's cooling down, I have to wait about, let's see, it's getting pretty cold fast. Reason being because we're in the spring, early spring. So for balsam fir, we're gonna add 5 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you gotta wait till it's about 150 degrees. Then you're able to add the essential oils. You cannot add the essential oils once it's when it's still really hot. So Atlas cedarwood, we're gonna add 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a 7th one that went in there. That's all right. Spruce. This is black spruce, but you can certainly use white. We're gonna use 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. For oak moss absolute, we're going to use 0.2 grams. Oak moss absolute is a very, very viscous, thick oil I got from Piping Rock. So you want to use 0.2 grams. The reason why I'm measuring it is because it is so hard to measure it in drops. So I'm going to try to get as much of it out as possible. So now that it's in there, see, it's already starting to solidify. So once it's, wow. Yeah, see, it's already starting to solidify really, really fast. What you can do also too is you can just put this right back into the heat, let that melt through. See, the thing is that you don't want it to be all clumpy when it's when you go and pouring it into the container. You want it to be just really, really in liquid form. So I'm gonna just, heat is off, so it's not gonna get so heated up to the point where, you know, I'm really just messing up the essential oils. Essential oils are really sensitive, so you don't want to burn them. You won't smell anything once it gets really, really hot. So as I'm remelting all this, I'm gonna get everything ready. I'm gonna go ahead and get my container ready. So that's all melted already again. We're gonna go ahead and use, oh, actually wrong one. We're gonna go ahead and use this one here. And like I said, I don't want the condensation water to get onto the butters, into the product. So there we go. We have a beard balm. Got really, really hard fast. That's actually unusual. Usually it's stays liquid for some time. Well, I'm making a mess here. So there we go. What we can do here, we can actually melt it a little bit. This way it's just all uniform. And so thanks for watching, guys, and I wanted to show you the consistency of this beard balm. So this is a batch that I've made a few weeks back, and as you can clearly see, I've been using it every day. It's almost gone, so that's the whole reason of me making this batch I just showed you. So the way I use this beard balm is real simple. I just use the back of my nail, scrape a little bit off, and just to kind of show you the consistency of this balm, look at this. It's just really, really nice. It's not oily. It's not shiny. It's just it's a perfect blend of ingredients. And like I said, I've carefully chose these specific ingredients just to give me that non-greasy look. Look at that. So it's a really smooth, creamy beard balm. Really happy with the end result. So what I usually do is I just grab a beard, a little bit of the beard balm, rub it in my fingers like that. Then I just comb, run it through my beard, get really down to the root of the hair. Then right after that, just style it. Sometimes I use a blow dryer, sometimes I don't, but it really helps out. So just to give you an idea of how this balm is and how it looks after rubbing it into your beard, look at this. Look at how non-greasy this balm is. It's just really not shiny. It's not too oily. It feels very almost like you have dust on your hand. I mean, that's not a really great analogy, but it feels very smooth and very creamy like. It's very nice. If you were to touch my hands right now, they'll feel very like they're gliding. Not greasy gliding, but just very nice, almost powdery like. But just to give you an idea, it looks really, really nice. And let's go take a look at how my beard balm looks. I already took it out of the fridge, and I have it cooling now. So I only have it in the fridge for a little while, and then I take it out, then I let it just sit overnight uncapped. So look at that. It's a beautiful consistency. The reason why it looks all clumpy on the top is because it started hardening really quick. And as you saw in the video, I was just pouring it all in there. I mean, this is not for sale, so this is just for me. So I really don't care how the top looks. But if you look at some of the smooth parts of this balm, you can see how creamy it looks. It doesn't look, so bright and so oily. It looks like a really smooth, creamy balm. And after a while, my hands are gonna be even more dry. That's part of the thing about this balm. Once you have it in your beard, after about an hour, it looks really matte, really flat. It doesn't look shiny at all. It doesn't look, so greasy. It looks really nice. And if you need to apply more, just go ahead and just scrape some more off and just repeat it as necessary. So there you have it. Thanks for watching my beard balm recipe, and hope you see my other videos. Thanks, guys.